Into the Matrix. All right. So, where are we at? We are with the lovely Alice Get Repo. Okay. So, and we are in gather inputs, remember? And we are breakpoint. When we come across contribute readme MD. So, let's get rid of it. Because we want to figure out why is contribute readme MD not being called. So, you know what we should do? Can we do async within this? Probably not, unfortunately. That's really annoying. Yeah, fuck. That's annoying. Okay. Okay, so I think if we import nest async IO and do nest async IO apply, then we can do async IO. Okay, so now we can do async def ruffles. We'll just do async def ruffles. Okay. Ruffles, here's you. Be good. Ruffles. I don't know how to spell ruffles. Okay. Um, yeah, okay, so this is not going to fly. It doesn't want to give us a function. Okay, doesn't want to let us define one on demand. So in that case, I guess we could just find one. Okay, so okay. Okay, so CTX by origin contact. Origins, return, check conditions. Does it have any conditions? No, it doesn't have any conditions. So we should never bail out here, but we should hit it here. There it is. We should hit it 3 times, remember. Okay. I don't know, there must be 3 cycles in this whole thing. So, okay. So now we're here. X return value. Okay. So let's just go here. Okay. So let's find out where we are. Return. So we're returning. Okay, okay. Return. Return. Okay, yeah, because we didn't find the input, so we're returning. Okay, so so gather input name. Okay, so let's go to the third one. Right, so this is the 3rd time through. gather inputs, right? Because the orchestrator does this permutation thing every time there's new inputs. So anytime there's a set of them that come in, it grabs the set and then it, does the set. It does the batch. It's like a batch job, dispatch, and based on whatever the batch of new inputs is. Okay, so gather. What's gather? Okay, so repo base operation. Let's see what's operation dot inputs. Okay, so operation dot inputs is repo and base and commit message. So there's no base. Okay, so we should be making a. What is this? I'm still very pleased with this. Okay, this is today. 28. Today's 28. What, am I cooking something? Oh, I am cooking something. It's the rice. Okay. Okay. So this was some good debug here, I think, on this. Like really unnecessary. I always end up doing this. It's really unnecessary. But so where is base coming from? So let's go back and check this. So base should be coming from determined base branch, right? So what's up with that? Determined base branch. No, okay, so self dot ctx self dot when in doubt. Okay, so config input notification set. So yeah, that's that batched queue there. So and then ctx hd. So what's down here? So this looks like some inputs in the network, perhaps. So okay, ctx hd. Okay, so ctx hd. What is this organized by? This is the string input set context. Oh, this must be the string input set context for this subflow. The two. So if we consider the top level flow to be the CLI, then this first subflow that kicks off is the Alice repo stuff, and this is just, and n equals 2, like that. The level equals 2. Right, so there's CLI 0, or wait, no, yeah. So CLI is 0, top level, and then what's one down from that? One down from that is Alice repo, and one down from that is this. Yeah, this thing where we're doing this custom context. Okay. Okay, so I didn't get enough sleep, obviously. So okay. Self.ctx hd dot keys. Okay, so this basically tells us that we are the only context running. Okay, so this is the only thing in there. Ah, give me our proper up arrow thing. Okay, that's really nice. Okay, so okay, so this is okay, so we want to create a list because you can't just select. Okay, so now here's our inputs. Inputs dot definitions. Okay, so we'll deprint it because this is not a very nice display. Okay, so that is much nicer. Okay. Okay, so what do we got here? So readme give repo, readme share, readme, yeah, buddy. Okay, so inputs dot definitions. Where did I get this from? Okay, I just grabbed another CTX-HD. Okay, so, and we're wondering why is there no base branch, right? What was it? So, it's called gather. All right, so so let's put all these together. So this is what's going on here, and this is what we'd like to understand a little bit more about. Is why is there no base branch, right? Attempting to figure out why an operation is not being called. Okay. Base. Okay, so what is this? This is okay. So contribute readme B should be getting base, but it's not. Show our debug. Okay, so it looks like, okay, so here's this. So I see this. This looks very much like we really need this value to be repred. That I really don't like the fact that that's not repred. Okay, that's really unclear. Okay, so there is a repo base branch. So why is it not being considered? So what is the origin required? So okay, so it was discarded for some reason, right? So suspect discarded because of mismatched definition or mismatched origin. If not that, we'll check definition. Okay. Let's get to it. So so here we do, yeah, the input flow check. So, so it's always something super dumb when it's something like this that takes forever. I mean, hopefully, right? So, unless it's a big problem, let me solve. Okay, so origin and origins. So let's take a look. So it looks like the exact same strings to me here. So we'll take again. Okay. Origins check out. So now we're going to go and suspect something else. Okay. So alternate definitions perhaps. Let's see if we break there. And let's see if we break there. Okay, we do break here. Okay, so it didn't continue on any of these. So it says, you are something that I'm going to compare myself to. Okay, so, okay. Oh no, this is at returning. Okay, we gotta get rid of this. So it is perhaps this alternate origin thing, unless, wait a minute, now where's this? Origin. Okay. So now we're in the right spot. Okay. So input source list. Okay, so input source is not a list, it's a tuple, or it's a dict. So let's jump into that case. Okay, no, there is no case for that. So it's going to get added to other input name. Okay, so what is the input that we're looking at right now? Item, get repo spec, okay. Item, get repo spec, okay, so then, yeah, basically, okay, so, and item dot definition dot spec dot class dot file name not equal with repo spec. All right, so we're just, this is just our quick and dirty debug here. Really? Okay. Item. Readme get repo. Okay, so this is. Right, okay, so now we're not hitting it. So we want to look at base. Let's see if we hit this for base. Okay, so that was not, there's something bad happened here. So, and okay. Okay, where are we? Okay, so all right, so we didn't get here. So let's try to move this up and let's resuspect the origin issue. All right, okay, so here we are. So yeah, so maybe it's an origin issue. So origin seed, origin seed. So by origin, where's by origin? By origin is here, so none. So it's not coming from seed. So we're looking for base, and we want base to come from seed. So why is it that you want base to come from seed? What would have given you that idea? Why do you think base? Oh, true readme MD. Okay, because we've isolated this flow. Because we sandboxed. Oh, of course. Because we did this to ourselves. Of course. Oh. Oh. Alright, okay, you can tell how surprised I am. So, alrighty. Overlay git. Boom, there it is. There's our culprit. Yeah, so we didn't include that definition because it was not. Why didn't we include that definition? So run custom. Where's our run custom code at? So first off, we know that we've done this README overlay, right? So we didn't include the other flow. So it better have already been, this input better already exist if we're going to interact with this thing at this point. So actually we should do the forward. We should do to do. Okay, so to do optional a support forward subflow. Okay, I'm going to write this in the other notes because there's no way. So, okay, so this is really exciting. Okay, so thank God this is the problem. Hopefully, so okay. All right. Okay. Overlay get base branch. All right. So where is this thing being created? Here, determine base branch. All right. So basically, it's saying I think you're coming from seed because I don't think you're in my flow. Right, because it would have auto flowed it, but it doesn't think it's in its flow, but it is in its flow. Okay, so we're not adding them. Are we adding them directly? Yeah, we are. We're adding them with their origins. So where's the addition happening? Okay, so here. So this check here. So this here from 239 to 251 in our recommended community standards right now. We are looking at the really really grotesque stuff we're doing with Run Custom, but we're prototyping the generic form. So what we have here on line 244 through 249 is 44 through 249 is the check to see if we should add the item from the parent flow to the seed values of the data flow in the child. Now, I don't know if we copied that. Quite honestly, I'm a little bit worried about this. So, or no, okay, so we did this. So the other one I'm a little bit worried about, but whatever. Okay, so actually no, that's bad. Okay, so go put do on it. Okay. To do copy dot keep copy okay. I think I'm gonna just do it. And leave the question mark. Okay. Okay. So now here, this is gonna go and we're gonna, we're this basically says, overlay readme. Okay, so then overlay readme. Okay. So what we would do is we would say, so this overlay get. Yeah, we need to tell it to load this. Well, let's just do that. Should we do this? Should we do that? So I just added it here. So I added it to entry points txt. I did okay. So here we'll see there's a overlay.load, right? So we're doing this overlay readme. So this overlay readme data flow, this one that we just talked about how in the other one we had to do the deep copy. And here we're looking through the values and right now there's nothing else. So I think I mentioned this last night, but this is what, so basically we then say, hey, we expose this entry point, which we load off of. This is what the default, installed flows, the overlays, that default overlay stuff that we were working on a long time ago, and that we were working on kind of recently a little bit more. It's going to do this type of thing by default. But right now we don't, we're just doing the static apply, right? So I think that if we do this, then it will load the other flow. So it basically says, hey, if you are running overlay readme, also try to load overlay git. And we can optionally do that based on dependency selection, I believe. So let's see if that makes it happy. So gather base, input name base, origin matches. Okay, so a lot more stuff is happening, so I think we need to remove these breaks. This is exciting. See what happens. I think we might have caused an infinite loop. Man, this thing has been just the best. Just saving all the output. Wow, that is nice. Did I post that somewhere? Post that somewhere. I did. Okay, so let's find out what went wrong. Okay, check if valid Git repository URL is happening multiple times. So I think that there is okay. So where were we? Oh yeah, we had an infinite loop, of course. Who doesn't love an infinite loop? All right. So now again. All right. So and again and again and again and again. Just hitting the buttons. All right. So let's do it. All right. Where are we at and what are we adding here? So let's see. Okay, so this is what is going to get passed to this flow. Right, so these are going to be the inputs that it has. So repo string guest get URL. Okay, so excuse me. Maybe we should reuse the redundancy checker. So we have separate inputs, but reused redundancy checker. That should work. So write this down. Ah, no. Okay, so we were missing. This is the wrong thing. Okay, so found out that it was seed / origin seed versus output origin mismatch. Okay, found out that base branch comes from overlay get registered overlay get as an overlay of overlay readme, right? So that its definitions get loaded. So that this way autoflow will make the input the expected origin the output from overlay get operations rather than seed. Okay. Which is the default when no matching outputs are seen on inspection on Dataflow load. Or Dataflow init. Okay, just doing that. Are we on the internet? We're on the internet. Okay. Okay. All right. So, but we then found it created an infinite loop with the new we'll try reusing redundancy. Okay. Okay. XML operation. Okay. Custom. So. Okay. So we need the ability to pass. So parent. Can we just add that or something? Subflow. OCTX. Oh, did we add that already? Fantastic. I was not looking forward to that. All right, great. Glad it's done. Okay. Okay. So come on, we're close. Redundancy checker. So why did we say redundancy checker? So it seems to be causing an infinite loop. Probably, why would the redundancy checker help that? Well, because it's not doing it in the parent flow, so clearly it must have the redundancy check correct there. So OCTX run. I always check memory actually because base is, I think, out of date with memory is really the gold standard for what we consider to be like the API on the orchestrator and so forth. Okay, so run a data flow. That's what we're looking for. Okay, so CTX. Is it on subflow? Okay. Reuse. Yeah. So here we need to take reuse. All right, so and then we'll pass reuse down here. Okay, so now we can call subflow with reuse. Okay, run custom. Okay, so subflow, reuse. Okay. Full self-config. Reuse. Okay. So now we can pass reuse to run custom. but we have to pass it in the config. So here's the config. So reuse equals rccx self dot octx dot rctx. We're back. And we have doubled our inputs. So Alice contribute readme. So why are we back here? Why are we back here? We can't forget to set the lock. Okay, so okay. So let's not reuse and see what happens. Okay. Is it maxing out there or what's happening? No, far from it. So this is only getting more and more and more. Okay. So we got somewhere eventually, but we also kept calling this up the same thing over and over and over again repeatedly. So basically we did get into the flow, but we also kept doing the same shit over and over and over again. So, oh, you know why it is? Because we're passing in operations that go to overlay Git. So we want to make sure, so this is the upstream. Okay. Okay, so readme data flow overlay, readme data flow upstream. All right, so readme data flow equals upstream overlays. Okay, that looks correct. right, so that should give us the same thing. README data flow, so then we only want to add only if it's in the upstream definition values. Upstream. Okay. Okay, so README data flow upstream. Okay, so now basically, yeah, so what it says is only add the things that this flow cares about, right? So if it's in this flow's definition set, then add it, right? So add the other flow to do the auto flow with, but do only add inputs from this flow. So okay, so auto flow with overlays only add / forward inputs to this flow. Okay. Okay. I'm actually going to take this off and see what happens. Okay. So it made a commit now. Contribute readme MD. Okay, great. Why did you change that? Why? Why? What? Did we not run black on that earlier? Okay. Okay. Deep copy parent flow 15 page. Okay, so my guess is we have more of the same types of problems. Fuck! It's not a problem. I just didn't mean to do SAM. Okay. 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 All right, so what did I just do there? I just wiped that last commit away because I didn't like that. All right, okay, so, all right, where's the CLI? Okay, let's do this. All right, there we go. Now we got what we wanted. Right, so that deep copy. Okay, so now what else we got? So this dfml df base. All right, so this is what enable git commit sm df base opin ctx allow or subflow allow for passing reuse context orchestrator subcontext for reuse. Okay, now what do we got? Okay. Okay. All right, so we diff the file, we add the file, we commit the file, operation, data flow, run. Okay, so add, reuse, for orchestrator, subcontext to config to operation config. All right, so now all this. All right. So we don't want this stuff. We just want the stuff that we did. All right, does the rest look like formatting? Yes, it does. All right. Okay, so, and we'll say this is git commit. All right, so, okay. Okay. Over the README, ensure overlay or reuse reuse RCTX redundancy checker context and overlay gate. Okay. I don't understand how this changed, but okay. Those formatting commits. We have to go back and reformat Squash at some point, so it's gonna be annoying. Okay, so okay. So what's the problem now? Okay, so that was just like a random GraphQL error, it looks like. Issue. This is looking nice. Okay. Let's go quickly. Okay. Okay, so now we want to figure out why. Oh, I think I gotta take a break for lunch. And then we'll try to figure out why the, what is it? We'll try to figure out why. So wow, so we can actually fit it on one page now. So no get branch given, it's still not. So there's something wrong with the diagram command because I think that is coming through. So readme PR still is missing a few things. So let's go check it out. Okay, so overlay get. So what do we know? We know we recently had this issue with overlay get. So it looks like the rest of what we have we need. So writable get remote origin. Yeah, I remember seeing both those. So let's see. Readme branch. Is that being produced? So readme commit message, readme PO title. Contribute readme. Contribute readme outputs none. So now debugging why readme PR not called. Overlay get definitions were seen earlier on subflow start to be present. It must be something else. The logs tell us that Alice contribute readme. It's returning none, which means that the downstream operation is not called, since none means no return value in this case. Okay, so let's go figure out why it's returning none. So where might it return none? Nowhere. Why is it returning none? How could it possibly have returned none? How could it have possibly returned none? This. So failed to create branch for contribution. So it's trying to raise a runtime error. Why are we not seeing the runtime error? Failed to create branch for contribution? WTF? What? Okay, so does this not complete if event is? Does it not complete? Uh-huh. Okay, that was my other theory, was that it's being cut off somehow. Because it's returning and there's a subcontext. There should be only one context per, because they're nesting. Okay, so okay, I think I'm gonna make lunch.